Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft Season 6 server. Hope you guys are all doing well. I'm doing fantastic. Today's episode 145, and I've got a pretty awesome episode planned for you guys. But first, we got to do question of the day. Asking the real tough ones today, guys. By the way, if you want to ask me your own questions of the day, hit me up on Twitter at iJevin. You're allowed to choose one colored glass or regular glass to use for the rest of Minecraft, but once you choose it, you can't go back and you can't use any other colors. So if you choose red, you're stuck with red for forever. What color do you choose, or do you choose default, and why? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'd really like to know what you guys think. As always, if you enjoy this series and you want to see more, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe and turn the notifications when the videos come out. Let's get into it, guys. All right, guys. So to get started with today's video, I've already done some work. So you're going to see that I've added a lot of glass to the build, and that's because we are going to work on the next phase of making our entrance today. Now, the way that this base is going to work is it's going to kind of curve in like an inverted kind of sphere. No, I don't know what that would be called. But it's kind of like curved down, and in the middle down there we're going to have a big square that's going to have sort of be centered, and it's going to be a gigantic storage room. Going to be very, very awesome. So we're going to work on making a bigger circle, probably 2 or 3 bigger. I can't decide yet. While I do that, I want to talk about a certain statistic on our channel and you know, the good and bad things about it. So we have this thing called watch time. It's where viewers that have watched your videos are collected as data, and from that data it tells you essentially who is subscribed and who is not subscribed. So the reason why I am mentioning this is because our counter is so bizarre. Our primary amount of watch time is 75% non-subscribers. That means pretty much 1 in like 4 people are watching the video right now or not, or are subscribed, and the other 3 aren't. So if you guys already haven't subscribed, please do so. Now, the good thing about this stat is that means that I am pulling other viewers, meaning that most of my view base is actually coming from suggested videos. That's a huge stat. So I like that, but I do want, you know, the people that are watching the videos to subscribe. So I thought that I would bring that up in hopes to, you know, have a general conversation about it, see how you guys feel. Maybe there's a reason why you're not subscribing or something like that. So right now I just kind of winged the circle. I actually really, really like how this turned out. So 2, 2. And then 2. So that's pretty much what I think we're going to go with. So from there, what we're going to do is we're going to embed this. I don't know if I want to put this ring in the ground or not, though, right? So what I think we'll probably do is remove this. We're going to need to remove the circle on the inside portion like this, and probably get in the ground down there. All right, so let's get rid of this. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go in, and from there, let's put a piece of glass here. And then I think from there, we're going to go in 2 more and go down. Something like that, right? And we're going to do that all the way around the circle. I want to make this kind of like, kind of curved in, if that makes any sense. And so let's kind of work on, I guess, that's interesting. We're going to have to figure out a way to, here, let me do this real fast. Down and over, so I don't have to do this in the water. I'm probably going to have to work this out in off the camera, but if it's coming in 2-fold right there, we may want to just, may want to go something like that. But that, see, this was the problem that I had with the part of the inside over there. So we may have to, this may be a little bit tricky. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do a small time lapse so I can just kind of take my time and work on it. right, guys, so now that I have got more of the fidget spinner done, well, we got to think of a name for the base, right? Like, we got to think of a cool name. I got all this other side finished. We still got to put the circle in the middle, but I want to talk about the center portion now, because this is how we start planning the next phase of this base. So the center portion turned out perfect. The only thing I'm not sure about is if I want to leave this outside rim glass or not. Like, if I were to change it, let's see how a little piece of it would look with this. But once we get this finished, we are going to go underwater and start working, because I want to start planning out the under portion of the basin where we're going to actually be working and things like that. By the way, I apologize if you can hear any noise. There is the loudest sound outside right now as soon as I started recording. It's ridiculous. You know what? I think I like the rim. So you guys will have to give me some feedback on that, but I really do like it. Let's remove... Oh, God, the noise is so loud. I am so sorry. Oh, that is irritating. Guys, I can't wait to move, man. It's gotten so bad here for like sound that like the neighbors are super loud all the time, and oh God. All right, so let's see what that looks like. Okay. Oh yeah, we're 100% keeping that. Okay, so here's the game plan, right? You'll be able to fly into the base and then land down at the bottom down here somewhere. Before we can do that, though, we need to figure out the dimensions and how we're going to do this. So my idea is, first and foremost, we need to figure out how big the square is going to be down here. So let's think about in terms of items that we're going to store. Initially, I was going to do a fully automatic storage system, but I think that's kind of silly, right? I think I would rather do it by hand. So if we count, let's say that the base is... let's say that the base is 30 long on each side. That stores 60 items. 60, 120, 180, 240. We need about 300 spaces. I mean, there's roughly 400 items in the game, but things like wool, food, armor, tools, weapons, none of that stuff is going to be stored. So we need to kind of think about it in terms of how we're going to fit as much storage in here as possible. We're also limited by space, because I do not want the bottom portion of the base to outlast this portion. So we may want to see what our dimensions are from here to there. So right now we're at 981, okay, so it's the other dimension. Hold on, let me grab that. So right now we're at negative 330. And if we go all the way to the other side, yeah, that's literally... Oh my God. Yeah, that's not very big at all. So we're going to have to pull some magic out of our booties here, guys. I think what we're going to have to do is probably make it either 30 or 35 on each side. Now, remember, since this is an odd number, we need to think about that as well, and try to figure out the best way to store our items there. But to get started here, I think what we're going to do, is make each side 30 blocks, or I should say 32 blocks. So it's 16 and 16. So 32. So that means that from right here, or I guess the 32 would go from the center, right? Yeah. So let's figure out the middle portion here real fast. So we can do that. So here. Okay, so that is the middle portion of the base. So from right here, that block right there, we need to go over 16. So let's go down. So actually, I guess it would only be 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that pretty much tells us where the dimensions are going to be. So that's going to make a pretty big box around here. So I'm going to try to figure the rest of this out, and I'll be back. All right, guys. So I have got the square underneath of here set up. Now I'm flying really high because I do want to sort of see if it looks square. You can't even really see it from here. So let's go underneath and take a gander. I did 32 blocks on each side. I mean, it looks fairly square. So what I'm thinking we're probably going to do is something along the lines of this. We'll fill this in with glass, right? Something like this. And then that's going to give us the top of our storage room. And we'll need to decide on a height down from there. But I do want to have sort of a black concrete frame going around this thing. And what I might do is make it a little bit bigger, though. Or no, I don't want to make it bigger, but if you think about it, we need to have chests set up a certain way. So the chests are either going to be out of the water, or, you know, like, we need to figure that out, I think, as well. So for now, I do want to go ahead and finish up this rim. I am obviously always looking for suggestions on how to improve this thing. So, you know, if you have any ideas, feel free to let me know. So what'll happen is, though, is we'll fly pretty much right into the middle of this thing whenever we come to the base. And from there, it'll be pretty simple. I mean, shouldn't be too bad, but I need to either figure out how we're going to do the undercarriage down there, because I'm not really familiar with doing like underwater bases. Like, that's not something that I've really ever done. So once we figure that out, I think it'll be a little bit better. I think our main goals now should be finishing the top, but also starting to develop the bottom. Put this all in real fast. There we go. Man, that looks so freaking good. I like that. I also think that maybe we should do a rim around the bottom where the sides meet down there to kind of give it a little bit more clarity. So the way that I'm thinking about this is that if we... oh, I know what we could do. Okay, so here's what we'll do. We'll make the shell out of black concrete, right? Meaning we'll have pretty open walls and stuff, but when it gets down sort of towards the bottom, it'll just turn into black concrete. And then from inside of there, we'll have to shorten the chests a little bit up, but we can like make a frame around the chests to kind of cover it up, like a cover or something. I'm not really sure how to explain it. There we go. But now we need to decide sort of, yeah, that looks amazing. Let's fly and take a look at that. Now we need to decide how far down the main storage room is going to go. Yeah, I really like that a lot, actually. Okay, so if this is the top right here, this is when we look up, we'll see outside, right? How far down do we want to go? Do we want to make it to where... See, one thing that we could possibly do is since we're doing storage in this area, we could eventually just end up doing like triple tall double chests, right? And if that's the case, then we can store a lot of items here with not using all of the sides. So let's account for maybe some pathways, right? If I were to make a pathway off this, it would probably be too wide because that's how big our base is. And so we would do that on the other side. Go over here. Get some more air. I need some of that stuff, you know. It does help to breathe. So this would be the corner. This would be the wall. Then too wide. So that kind of gives us an idea of what's going to be where the chests are. Now the question is, how do we do this to make it to where we can open the chest on top? I mean, if we were to use some kind of stair, maybe a quartz stair, that could work pretty well. But the question is, how tall, guys? How tall? Maybe 4 tall? I kind of wanted to do it bigger than that, but I'm not sure now. I may have to mock something up in creative mode first, because I am out of ideas for that. If you have any ideas on how we should do that, I'm always open to suggestions, though. But guys, I think that's probably going to take care of today's episode. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications for when the videos come out. This is iJevin. Peace out, everybody.